About 76 in Plymouth today. What happened to that warmth? Well, you can see where it came from. Portsmouth was only 60 degrees. It seeped down through Beverly and now snuffing out the temperatures in Boston, only 56. East-northeast wind at about 5 miles an hour. Welcome to the sea breeze, or really just a wholesale northeast breeze that'll keep us cool in the 50s for tomorrow. The rain force is strong here in the forecast over the next few days. Waves of wet weather coming to us, a soaking 1 to 2 plus inches of rain. I put the plus there because some spots in New England could see over 3 inches. I'll show you that. Slow warming as well by late week. We finally get out from underneath this upper level low. This setup is classic for heavy rain, classic for potential flooding too. Ironic since we're in a drought, but I think we can snuff a lot of that out with this kind of setup. It brings in these plumes of rain, which are hard to predict the timing of, first of all. Second, it can actually really hit hard too, because these plumes are just saturated with water and they're coming up from the south. And there's a humidity factor that starts to increase by Tuesday and Wednesday to fuel these downpours. We have our plates full with wet weather right now. Plastow's getting wet, Hampstead mostly along and near the Merrimack Valley between the border of New Hampshire and Massachusetts. But there are a couple more sprinkles that are going to come our way. Since yesterday, we picked up a couple of inches already in some of these downpours when these thunderstorms went through. 1.5 over in the Merrimack Valley and parts of New Hampshire, southern New Hampshire, 2.2. So we're going to be very wary of that going forward. So rain coming to us early tomorrow morning. Watch it kind of pull back to the west as the upper level low drifts a little bit, just enough to give us a little reprieve in eastern Mass. But then it's back on Tuesday morning. And this is where we're going to start to see the heavier bursts come in. Each one of these with intense downpours potentially on Tuesday and Tuesday afternoon. Then Wednesday, we cap it off with a couple more showers, just in case you didn't get enough. You can see tomorrow how much the wet weather is clinging to the morning and that morning commute. And then it kind of tails off with just a couple of sprinkles for the rest of the day. There'll be dry hours tomorrow, sure. I don't see many dry hours on Tuesday, though. And Monday's temperature's flat in the mid-50s for highs, maybe upper 50s in southeastern Mass. Then we come back on Tuesday. So here's where the temperatures rise and the dew points come up a little bit to fuel those downpours. See, we have 60s. It's not for sunshine. It's for a more humid air mass moving in on Tuesday to get us there. Now, Wednesday's high could be 68, and we start to tail off a lot of the wet weather, and we get a few rays of sun in there, too. But again, the potential here is just a little crazy. Some spots maybe in Connecticut, 4 inches plus. I've seen some estimates near 5 or 6. And in eastern Mass, we may not get as much, but I'm wary of that. And I'm not thinking that that's really the forecast, because we can easily get 1 to 2 inches or 3 here if that line just shifted out of Connecticut a little bit. Isolated chance for some flooding on Tuesday alone, when we get into the heavy rain. And then you look at the probability of precipitation for each and every day. It goes out till Friday. Next weekend, can we have more wet weather? I don't know if I want to do that. In fact, for my clearing things up and bringing back some sunshine, Tuesday or Saturday, we could really see that break. And then we go into the next pattern, which would be a little bit drier. But I'm also wary of that. When you're in a wet pattern, wet begets wet. So it really is difficult to start shaking it and getting into a dry pattern. So the models always give you a head fake with that sometimes. And then, oh, yeah, look at those nice dry days. And then you get there and it's not like that. But we'll see how it plays out.